Alrighty. We are here. Hi, Kickoff. We are doing okay, I think. We're trying to get everything set up here. Alrighty, let's hit the button. There we go. A little bit more professional angle, and you can actually see.
Cheers.
She's decided that she would like to use alcohol with her PC build today.
Because what could go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Alright. Well, of course the cat decides that she wants to go out right now. Or whichever. Alright.
Hello,
Yes.
friends.
Yeah, this is your show. Enjoy! So what did you get today?
I got fans.
She got fans. You can
'Cause-
see them inside the case. They're just not screwed in yet.
Yeah, because, you know, the other fans we got, they didn't work with my PC, but Egg got new fans.
Yeah,
So lucky him.
I got 2 new fans, so as is complete coincidence.
Uh-huh.
Alcohol and PC building, exactly. By the way, I do have a new Discord. It is up in the top right corner, discord.gg/vs2kfec. Mind the caps, but that should be it. It's in the chat too, so don't worry too much.
K-Cup, you should join.
Perfect. So yeah, this is your first time building a PC. You've done so much already, including populating the motherboard. You really have.
Not that much.
You really have. You've done a lot, including you've populated the motherboard and you populated some of the chassis. So the next step is to, well, continue populating the chassis.
Okay.
So I'd recommend doing that.
I'm gonna open up the screws now.
Yeah. And I will be here to control the music to make sure it's not too loud, not too quiet as we stream.
To make sure that I'm not gonna blow up myself.
Exactly.
Because, you know,
And
plugging something into...
when we get to the motherboard, I will kind of show you how to read a motherboard. It's actually not too bad. It's literally just if you can actually read the silk screen on the board. So you need to know what SATA versus USB versus all these other things are.
Okay.
Because you can plug some things into some places. It is really like square peg, square hole, but it's good to know the differences and what each thing is used for, so that way if you need to troubleshoot it later, then you can easily find things. That's... What are you doing?
Well,
That's the new one.
it is.
Okay. You know, whatever. It's your show. I was just kind of curious as to what you're doing.
I figured that I should probably have put the fans in first and had the fans go.
That doesn't interfere with the fans, though.
You asked me what I was doing and I'm trying to tell you, and then you interrupt me.
Sorry. Okay. Fair enough. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm so confused.
I was literally explaining and then you
Okay,
interrupted me.
I'm sorry.
So, you know, how can I explain when you interrupt?
All right. So what's the idea here?
I am taking out the power supply, because I figure what I can do is I'll put the fans in first, and there's a little hole under here that I
okay.
can lace some of the wires through.
Perfect. Okay.
But the power supply
It's in the way.
is in the way.
Gotcha.
So, see, look, there's I don't know if you can see that where my finger is, that's the little hole.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay.
And it was in the
That makes sense.
power supply was in the way, so I figure if I take out the power supply, lace the cords through, figure out where I want to put everything, and then I can put the power supply back.
Fantastic. All right. Out of curiosity, what are these fans?
I don't remember. They're
What is the brand at least?
Corsair.
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 Corsair. Yes.
Conair is the hair.
Connor's a hairdryer.
Well, not just a hairdryer, it's hair supplies.
Okay. Yes, Corsair. And this particular type is the LM, I believe. Let me double check that on my end.
I know it was like the QL.
They have
Something
such
like
weird
that.
numbers.
But I don't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. It is the QL120
Yes.
RGB.
Because RGB makes performance better. Everybody knows this.
Exactly. Yes, these are really good fans. These are the ones with the tons of LEDs around them, so they have a really smooth, nice lighting effect.
Son of a bitch.
You okay?
Yeah.
You forgot to turn it?
Nope.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to. If you need help, let me know.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I just, you know, because why make super long screws that, you know, you can screw in through the bottom? Because, you know, that's something that is completely new and would make so many things so much better, but
By the way, remember your logo's facing the same direction? Like the way that one's facing. She was very concerned about that earlier. I noticed it before you took the case over. I was gonna let you screw it in and then unscrew it, but I decided maybe I shouldn't be that mean.
Oh yeah, because you know I would yell at you and say, why didn't you stop me?
Because I thought it would be funny.
I need help.
Alright. What do you need help with?
I need you to hold the thing.
Yeah, of course.
On this side.
Yep.
Ow.
Sorry. My wire doesn't reach that long. My headphone jack.
Avert your eyes, children.
It's fine.
It's not like sorry. That should be fine.
Ah, you're fine. Got it?
Oh,
Like what? You want me to screw it in?
oh,
Okay. I shall wait.
okay.
Excellent. Now you only have to do that 2 more times.
Only. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Go for it. Enjoy.
I'm not sure why this. I'm not doing this right. Because it should not be this difficult to screw them in.
That. No, you're doing fine actually. Careful.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be this difficult to screw them in. Because it's like.
It's sometimes a bit difficult to. Like, it's supposed to make sure that it doesn't. Micro vibrations don't end up unscrewing things. So that's intended to a degree. So you're okay.
Because this one is.
You got this. I believe in you.
It's one of us. Because this screw is not going in properly.
Good.
It's like, it's lopsided. So, I'm not sure.
You're fine. That's just the way it's gonna be. Because these screws are specific to this type of thing. So you're gonna have to screw it into that. You're gonna have to use those screws basically.
Well, just fine. I don't mind using the screws. They're coming out lopsided, like they're not going in.
You just have to be like really on the dot about keeping them straight.
I'm like,
And remember, torque, not
I need help.
pushing.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah,
it's
you're
it's
okay.
lopsided. I'm not sure why.
Don't worry, I got you. There you go. Let me give this a shot here. Looks like you got this one in, mostly. Yeah.
No, but do you see what I mean? It's not straight.
It's straight enough. Yeah, it's straight enough. It's not perfectly straight, but you're not going to really break anything by having it just very slightly lopsided.
Have you met me?
I know. This is why these screwdrivers have grip. You're gonna end up using it quite a lot. Yeah, don't push in, use torque. Like that. Want lots of torque. That is not coming out ever again. Also, ow, my hand. Careful. Wow. I got it. Yeah. There you go. This is why we are glad that we use these hardened steel tips. This is why I'm glad I bought a really nice screwdriver set, because yeah, otherwise these poor screwdriver tips would be destroyed. But the hardened steel is really nice. It looks like we can kind of see what you're doing. You're just feeding it through the through that routing hole.
Oh, no, not at the moment. Just trying to get these lined up.
Okay.
Because these fans are going to get very, very friendly. Get to know each other very quickly.
Well, that's what they're designed to do. So you're fine. You okay?
No.
What's up?
Hold on.
There should be.
Not. One that's lining up is this one.
They are. I can see it. They are lining up. Screw in a little bit, and then all you have to do is twist this just a hair.
Sorry, I know this isn't deal. Screw.
That's okay. It doesn't matter too much. We know that you're screwing in one of the fans. And we can mostly see.
Oh, a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
What, the fans?
No.
It's not too bad. And again, you really only have to do this once, so that's nice.
It's just kind of annoying.
Interesting.
Like, they're lining up. It's not. Like, you know what I mean?
I got you. I've had the same issue. I would expect a Lian Li case to have those holes line up, so I'm a little bit confused as to why it wouldn't.
I guess it's just because it's a tight fit. They're right next to each other and they're extremely snug.
That's true. Yeah, I suppose I could see that. One of the ways that we eliminate vibration on these is by tightening up the screws to make sure they don't rattle around. If you can't lift them up, then vibrations aren't going to either. Or reduce noise is by limiting vibrations. I do wish I had multiple camera angles, but that's not the end of the world.
That's why I plugged in a second camera. I thought you were doing this the first one.
Oh, I see. The first one's too far away. But that's a good thought.
I didn't have those on occasion.
Oh yeah, you got this. That's, that sounds about right. It'll probably be one of the hardest parts, I think.
Also because
Everything else is pretty standardized. It's just these.
I figured out why the aren't lined up.
What was that?
Because I have the fans going a certain way, especially on this one. The cable.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't matter. You should be square.
Well, I have to have the cable going down like that.
Oh.
And because there's that space right there.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
I'm just trying to screw this part as tight as best as I can.
Yeah, you're good. I get it. Basically, as long as you can't move it yourself, like rattle it around, it's not going to vibrate.
These fans are in here.
Oh yeah, they're definitely in there. It is tempting to apply a lot of pressure, like inward pressure to screws when you're tightening up tight, but it's always torque that matters more. And the third and final fan. Yeah, you got this.
Yeah. It's just.
There we go. I'm trying. There we go.
Our viewers.
Yeah, I'm just posting to a couple of friends. I know a couple of people are watching, but I wanted to post to a couple of friends that I knew wanted to see this. They specifically requested, and I just totally forgot, so.
Want to see your girlfriend mess up her first case build?
No, they actually want to see you succeed.
Nobody wants to see you succeed. They're all secretly rooting for you to fail.
You good? Oh yeah, you got this. You're almost done, actually. And once that's done, all you have to worry about is cable management.
Which is fine. It's like my favorite part.
Oh, it's fine until you realize that you're never gonna have perfect cable management.
Have you met me? It will be perfect.
It's not gonna happen.
It will be
It's not that I don't have faith in you. It's that no matter, especially with all these Corsair fans, no matter how good the case is, no matter how good the cable manager is, there's still gonna be some issues. And that's fine. It's actually okay. It's part of the build. But it's not gonna be perfect. Careful. I have to kill the LEDs before they're even lit.
I'm not.
I don't know. You'll be fine. They won't die. I'm actually doing pretty alright on the music today. What's up?
So glad I'm not gonna see the underside of this. This is god awful.
It looks fine.
Looks horrible.
It really does look okay. That's kinda how it's supposed to look.
Dude, I am that person that will decorate the back of the Christmas tree even though no one will see it.
I suppose. Seems a little strange, but... I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it, so... Don't worry too much about that.
Alright, I need your help.
Okay.
You're still kind of sitting up, so I need you to tighten this one.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, me playing with the music again. I'm actually on top of it today. Alright, which one?
So you see it's still kind of
Oh,
moving.
yeah.
But I'm not strong to...
Again, it's not about pressing, it's about torque.
That's what I've been trying to do. Just not strong. Corsair, I highly doubt that you're listening. But if you are, you know, it would be nice to have the cables be in the back of the freaking things.
The back of the fans?
Yeah, Like-
what do you mean?
where there's the logo like directly behind that. Or
You
make
mean
it so that there's
In
like
the
a
middle
little,
of the fan?
or make it so there's like a little hook that if you want to move it, you can just hook it and it's fine. That would be greatly appreciated.
Not sure what you mean by that.
Um,
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to figure out what you mean by it.
The reason why these are not, like, the screws aren't straight
Uh-huh.
is because they're in between the cords
Uh-huh.
are literally sandwiched in between the two fans.
Oh, I see.
So if there was like a little cutout on each side to kind of hook the
I gotcha.
cords around,
I think it's more of a case design thing than a Corsair thing, but I think if they wanted to support more cases like the Lee and Lee Dynamic 011, but for example, then that would be an option for them. And yeah, you got the cable management, obviously. Can't quite see it in the stream,
Oh.
but
sorry.
fine. I mean, we can see it fine. There you go.
Yeah. Then
And you got a giant cable mess in the back.
it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's gonna get worse.
It's fine.
No, you don't understand how worse.
I don't know how worse. I've watched you put together builds before.
That's true, I guess.
I've helped you put together builds before.
That is true.
I just don't spend as much time on your build as I am with mine because this is mine.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry, I spent time on it. So you're used to max.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to like compare the power of this to like any of your max. And I
This is
don't-
gonna be
it's-
more powerful.
It's not really a fair comparison.
It's not. Because
Um,
Mac is more user friendly
Yeah.
and graphic design. Whereas this is
Raw fucking
completely
power.
like built like with Max, you get it already pre-built. Like yeah, you can choose, you know, your
You can buy
RAM,
pre-builts too, but they're not a good value.
right? But with it, like with Max, yeah, you can build like you can choose your RAM, you can choose your where's their-
Don't worry, you got this. You screwed it in before. You're good.
I know I got this. I'm not a complete noob.
I know you are. I'm saying you got this. I believe in you.
Sorry, I had to open up the window a little bit, so if you hear some outside noise, that's why I got
Okay.
a little toasty.
Yeah, I'm trying to like compare it.
You really can't. There is no comparison.
At
It's-
least the loading speed. So your iMac, about how long does your iMac take to load? Your desktop Mac.
Again, that's a very unfair comparison.
Your laptop's more powerful actually. It has an SSD even. How long does that usually take to boot up?
I don't know. I've never timed it.
Rough estimate, 15, 20 seconds maybe. Not too bad. 10 seconds? Alright, not too bad. This thing will boot under 1.
But again, I've never actually timed it, so it's not a very fair comparison.
You're fine. Fresh Windows 10 OS install on a NVMe. Yeah, it's gonna boot in under a second. Maybe not the first time, but most consecutive times after that.
I forgot I had to buy.
No?
Can I use the windows that we already have?
Yeah, you can put or yes, maybe. I mean, it'll have the activation thing in the corner. I think at worst. Worst case scenario, you have a Windows activation thing in the corner, and then you have to call Microsoft and tell them that you bought your parts legitimately and send them receipts and stuff, which is possible. It's just a pain in the ass.
Well, because if I already have the code,
You do.
then it's gonna
just
be.
locked to the other motherboard.
Why doesn't it just lock to my account? That would make more sense.
It would, wouldn't it? It would. I agree. You should ask Microsoft why they don't do that.
I will.
And it does actually, in some cases, lock to your account. If you sign into your account on the new computer, it's much easier for them to move it over. It takes less time. You have to prove less things. But it's still a pain in the ass. You still have to prove that, hey, I bought this motherboard at Micro Center, and here's the receipt. And I just sent them a screenshot. But yeah, it's not a fun process. I'll admit.
Sorry.
You're good. But
This is
at
my-
worst, you'll have a Windows activation thing in the corner.
This is my little hub.
It's her RGB controller from Corsair. Something I learned when I plugged mine in, by the way. Something I learned when I plugged mine in. You have to plug those fans into 1, 2, and 3. You cannot plug them into any others. It has to be 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
If you plug them into any others, it's fine. It just won't see them and it won't light them up. So, I learned that the hard way because 5 and 6 were closer to my fans, so I just plugged them in there. I was like, fuck it, it's they're all the same, right? Nope, they aren't. Nope, Corsair really wants you to plug your fans in order, which kind of sucks because I had to like wrap the cable around it to get it to number 1 and 2. So, just so you're aware, now you know. So orient it correctly rather than incorrectly, like I did, because I'm an idiot.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Huh?
How many fan headers does your motherboard have?
I don't know.
We should look at that. I'm gonna take a look at that while you do your thing.
Okay.
And let's move the camera a little bit. That was a pretty standard layout. Okay. There's 1, 2. There's 2 4-pin headers. Those are 4-pin. Yeah, they are 4-pin. 2 4-pin headers on the top. 1 4-pin header in the middle, but that's for the AIO. think your AIO pump works on that. If not, it can be a fan header too. It'll just be a little weird in software. Oh, 3-4. Your motherboard has more fan headers than mine does.
How many are there?
4 and then 1 for an AIO pump. Just wanna make sure.
That's kind of,
Yeah, that's a lot of fan headers.
I have
Mine,
five.
mine only has 3.
I have 5.
You have 5?
I have 5 fans.
Those plug into your AIO, I believe. 5 fans total? I'll double check that. I wanna just make sure that I'm... Oh, there's 1 header for your AIO. That's right. Oh, maybe yours does have the same amount as mine does, because mine... No? I'm very confused. I'll have to find that. Nandu Krishna, I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I didn't. Thank you. Hello. How's it going? Sorry, I was staring at this board trying to figure out what's on it, and I neglected chat, so I apologize. See. 1, 2 on the top, that's chassis fan 2. 3, 4 on the bottom. That's chassis fan 1, okay. 2, 4. And then 1 for the AIO. Yep, 1 for the AIO. There's an RGB header, so I don't think you need that. I think that plugs into USB.
I also have these. These help? I don't know what they are.
Those are SATA connectors. And a 3-pin connector as well. Or a 3-pin extender, it looks like.
It says USB only. I have no idea what this is for.
That is a USB header to micro USB 4, because that takes micro USB, that fan, or that pump.
Okay, where?
And
Oh,
the
right
other
there.
side. Yep. So that'll be a USB header. There's that, and then that will be a USB header for the lights. And then your front panel has USB 3 and USB-C, so that plugs into your USB here. And that's all your USB headers. So I hope you don't have anything else you need to plug into USB other than those. We'll find out.
Okay, give me my thingy.
Oh, your motherboard. You may want to fix this before you put that in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot how. Yeah, she says it. She just kind of sets it in there.
Yeah. Basically, if it doesn't, if you don't see all the holes or if they don't line up, then there you go.
So.
Hope you got your plate in there. Awesome. Or your IO shield is what it's called. So that's already in there. And then where is that thermal compound? And would you like to apply it, or would you like me to?
I would like you to walk me through how to.
Okay, excellent. There is the bead method. It's very simple. However, the more effective method is to cover the entire heatsink. Yes,
Should
you
I-
can do the bead method. What's up?
Should I bolt this in? The motherboard? Like, should I
Yeah, you
Hold
should
it down.
start screwing that in because that's going to be in place now, and that'll be your cable management, or that'll be there so that way you can start cable management. So yeah, you can do the bead method. A lot of people, prefer the bead method, and that's totally fine. But basically, if you're not in a hurry and you just really want to do it right, then the right way to do it is to use the spreader and spread a thin, even layer across the entire IHS
You should probably explain to the viewers what you're talking about.
with the thermal compound.
I know what you're talking about. They might not know what you're talking about, except for K-Cuff. K-Cuff may know what you're talking about, but I don't think he's still here.
The thermal grease, thermal compound, which is the stuff that you put in between your CPU and your cooler to make sure that there's no air gaps in between, or micro air gaps or whatever, via manufacturing defects or whatever else between the CPU and the cooling units. That way it makes sure that it constantly has a connection to it to pump heat through.
I was about to start.
Yeah, okay. You got this.
No, because the view from here, just looking straight down,
Yeah.
it looks like the pins at the bottom are covered by the fans. And I'm like, I was gonna be like, oh shit, they're covered.
No, it's
That's why I said I was about to start freaking out for a minute, but
pretty close.
freak out about it.
It is pretty close, but they're not covered.
And so even if I wanted to, the big fans wouldn't work.
Yeah, exactly. The joys of building a computer, the little mini freakouts that you have. Sitting there going, wait, hang on. And then realize that no, it's totally fine. And so anyone curious, by the way, on the motherboard, it is an Asus Prime X570P. The RAM is Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB, I believe, 3200 megahertz. The CPU is a Ryzen 7 3700X. And am I missing anything? Oh, and the AIO is a Corsair H100i Platinum edition, I think is what it's called. Yeah, I believe it's the Platinum. I had to think about that for a minute. A lot of this is like the Corsair stuff specifically is stuff I don't generally get, so I'm a little rusty on the names. Intel I also don't usually go with. Usually AMD. Are you missing your screw?
Maybe. Probably.
There you go. You okay?
Yeah.
Missing a motherboard screw?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the end of the world if you are missing one, but I mean, like, it's one of those things you'll just look at it and then constantly think I'm missing a screw in there somewhere. As far as the functionality goes, however, it's totally fine if you're missing a screw. As long as it's the same threading, you can use other screws. As long as it's the same threading and depth, you can use other screws, yes. The head doesn't matter. Just make sure the threading is the same, because otherwise you'll strip it. If it doesn't go in smoothly, it's probably not the same.
No, it's going in smoothly, it's just going in crooked.
Oh. Got it? Excellent. Yeah, that's not coming out. Excellent. Looks great.
Alright, go.
Oh, sorry, I was just looking in there. Alright. It's easy to do, it's just tedious.
Tiny dot right on top.
Oh, you start with a tiny dot, yeah. A lot of people will literally just do the bead method, which is just the tiny dot right in the center, and then they'll put the IHS on and it's fine. However, the method that we're doing is using this heat spreader.
Ah!
I know, you're...
No!
No, I'm not. You're okay. Is using this heat spreader to spread out the... You're gonna need more thermal compound, by the way. As to use the heat spreader to spread out... Or heat spreader? Thermal compound spreader to spread out the compound. Start with a little bit and then go from there. So you want a thin, very, very thin, as thin as you can get it, even layer across the entire CPU. The point is to basically bridge the gap between the CPU and the AIO. Because there are, between manufacturing defects, shipping, and handling, and whatever else happens to it, there will be some small gaps between the CPU and the AIO, or whatever cooler that you choose. So thermal compound is there to just bridge that gap. And those gaps are very, very tiny, so you only need a very thin layer of compound. Like I said, a lot of people like the bead method, and the bead method is totally fine. However, we have the time to do this, so why not? This is very slightly more effective. And if you have the time to do it, then why not do it, right?
Yeah, look, everybody still has patience.
She does. It's a miracle. Yep, you got this. I believe in you. Be a little bit careful not to go over the edge just because it looks ugly. It isn't conductive, so it's fine if you go over the edge.
Unscrew the cap.
Yeah. This particular one is not conductive, so it's fine if you go over the edge. Just, it doesn't look pretty is all. So, if you can, be a little careful about going over the edge with it. You want to get it to the edge and no further. There we go. Nice.
I have a bit of a thicker layer. I accidentally put on too much. Okay.
That's okay. Just basically make it even.
There's no such thing as too much compound, right?
No, not really. No, I mean technically no. It just looks ugly when you press it against it and it squirts out all over the place. As long as it's even, it should be fine. Looks about even, yeah. Alright, there you go. And now, using the mounting brackets for the AIO, you want to put the AIO on. Maybe it's that key looking thing, if I remember correctly. And it should go, yep. I was gonna say it should go on before you put that on, so.
Sorry.
Okay.
Alright.
If you screw it all the way on, it's gonna be too tight. Okay, I trust you.
Why are you micromanaging?
I'm trying not to, I promise. I'm just trying to help you avoid the mistakes that I made.
Well, that's
Because
the
I have made these mistakes.
point about me doing this myself. Yeah.
That's true. Just trying to help you avoid some of them, is all. It is easier if you put both of them on first.
Alex,
Okay. I trust that you got this, it's okay.
then let me get this.
Alright, alright. You got it? With those, it's better to be hand tight rather than screwdriver tight. The reason is because if you don't do hand tight, you could actually break the CPU or the cooler. Just trying to avoid a disaster, that's all. You want basically a quarter pass tight on this.
Just trying to get it.
Yeah, you're okay.
I don't have the hand strength to tighten it myself, so.
Okay. Just be careful with the screwdriver as well.
I know. That's why I'm going slow.
Okay.
Not coming off. It's pretty tight. Just.
Excellent. Be careful.
It's good. It's starting. Kind of tilt down.
If it tilts, then just tighten the other side, but
No,
or
like,
loosen one side.
do you see what I mean? It's like folding down.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty good.
Okay. That's definitely more than good. That should be fine. Yeah. Just trying not to break it is all. Because if you break that CPU, that's bad news.
Found that screw!
Hey. Okay, just gonna redo it. Fine, that's fine. Enjoy.
Well, the
There-
fact that this
there's-
one is different than the rest of them is kind of
Yeah, no, you're fine.
annoying.
It's okay. Yeah, there's a few things that can actually break your system or brick your system if you do it wrong, and I just want to make sure you avoid those as well.
There. No, thank you. There we go.
I have yet to break a system by over tightening a cooler, but I have seen and heard horror stories of that happening, so I would just rather you not experience it. Although you do have warranties on everything, so that should be okay. Well, that's part one.
I apologize. I know people don't like this. Doesn't she?
She does. She looks very pretty.
I'm just getting you guys resituated because I'm gonna be propping up the computer for right now. I want you guys to be able to see everything, especially Rogue and all of her black and white glory. So, excuse me while I go.
There you go, perfect.
Wonderful. She looks pretty, doesn't she?
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah, now you gotta have all the pain that is cable management.
Yeah, you say pain.
It is pain.
I say fun.
Oh, you may want to get your
I-
Corsair thing.
I will.
Sorry, I just noticed that.
I know, and it's out for a reason.
Okay.
'Cause I'm trying to just bring.
Just saw it and I was like, oh, hey, hang on.
do these guys first. Where do these guys get plugged into?
Those get plugged into the motherboard. Pretty much everything gets plugged into the motherboard.
I know that, but where does this guy get plugged into?
That. It's plugged into.
These?
Nope. It'll match somewhere. For a moment. Looking. Nope. It's a slightly different type of connector. It does look very similar though, doesn't it? What is that? I thought I saw it on your motherboard. Maybe it was on mine.
This one is, I think, one of the USB.
That's going to go to your USB-C. I believe. I'm like 98% certain. Remember those missing features and stuff like that? Yeah. It's not. I know you're just trying. Shed some light on the situation. Oh, hey, you might actually be able to see a little better if I don't have my phone directly in front of the camera. Alright, so
This one had a USB-C.
I thought it did too. I think it was mine that I was thinking of. It has a USB-C right in this area over here, but yours does not. You can get a, see these slots here? You can get a USB-C thing that goes into those little slots. Yes. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. That's okay. That's what these PCIe slots are for. Is exactly that reason. You need extra functionality. It does suck, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah. So the rest of that goes. Well, pretty much square peg, square hole. Just be aware. Hang on, before you plug that in.
Where does it go?
Be aware of your missing. So you have 4, and then this. So this is a fan header. It looks like, or a fan, right?
Oh, it's coming up from up here.
Just double check that. This looks like a fan.
It's not. It's coming from here.
I
It's one
know.
of these guys.
I'm saying it looks like. It really does, because it plugs it directly into a fan header. So you can see that there's 4 pins, and then there's this slot. Yep, that's USB 3. So you can see that there's 4 pins here, and that there's this slot right back here. That matches up with this tab, and then these 4 pins, and these are fan headers. So that's why you have 5 fan headers. You only have 4 fans, 3, and then this, because these plug into those fans. Okay.
Oh,
Well, I know I do. I'm just trying to help you out.
I know, but it's easier to just get straight to the point.
Okay. Well, here's the point. These 2 fans plug into these. That one's coming from one of these fans?
Nope.
One of those 2 fans?
How many times do I have to say it came from up here on this
Oh.
side?
Okay. I'm just not sure why there's a fan header there. That makes very confused. Is there a tiny little fan in there? I'm so confused. I'm not sure. if you're gonna have enough. And okay, we'll get there when we get there.
This guy. It's a little too common.
Yeah, that's confusing. It actually gets plugged into nope. It's plugged into this down here, but specifically, you'll see it marked on the bottom. Should be power. In fact, your motherboard should have come with a thing, a helper thing. It would be, it would be shaped like this. No, it's an actual physical object. It's a tiny little piece of plastic that's shaped like this, but it has labels as to where everything goes.
This is all the stuff that I have that came with the
motherboard?
I don't know if it came with the motherboard, but
Yeah,
it
it's
came
came with the power.
just it came with everything. This is the stuff.
Okay. So let's see if I can scooch in here for a moment. Scooch past you and see if I can read the tiny fucking text that. Ah, yes. There's your reset pins. Okay. Let me take a photo. That would make more sense.
Or see
What am I? What am I what? Nope, almost. Let's see if I can get just right. There. Back to first. There we go. Okay, there we go. Sort of. Trying to like read this and it's not working out super well. You have the pin out on that?
Oh, but I have it says where the other pin stuff.
Yeah, the pin out. That's called a pin out diagram.
A bunch of different.
Oh, here we go. Actually, we have the power of the internet. Why don't we use it? Because that would make sense. Right, it's the let's see. There we go. Oh. That's not quite it. Oh, there it is. Oh, oh, maybe it's not.
What's CHA fan?
CHA fan?
Yep.
Chassis fan.
Is that these?
That's the fans that go in the chassis, yeah.
I only have two. I have three of those.
3 of those? Looks like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's one. It's up here.
Mm-hmm.
2. One is a CPU fan. One is an AIO pump.
Ah, okay.
Because it says right there on the thing. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I'm
well.
just trying to figure out which one of these is the
That would be checking the manual. Manuals are fun. Are you working on that? I'm working on trying to find a diagram that actually shows us what the pinout of that thing is. Oh. Disconsented says, Egg, what are you doing? Stop is bad. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We're trying to figure out what the pinout is on that, on the motherboard, for the power connector. And everything. That way you can actually, you know, power on the motherboard without manually shorting together the pins. That's kind of the idea. It should be yeah, it is marked on the silk screen. I just I didn't take a photo of it before we put it in the case, and now it's a pain in the ass to get to.
Just do it the easy way.
Do it the easy way. Oh, you want to take it out? I guess that makes sense. I just didn't want to take it out.
I don't want to take it out either. It's easier than trying to guess where shit goes.
Yeah, time to grab the manual or Google. She grabbed the manual and looked through it, and I grabbed Google, and both of us have come up empty.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You're
No.
looking through it.
I
you...
found other things. I just wasn't looking for one thing.
Oh, okay. I see. Board model is the Prime X570-P. It's Asus Prime X570-P, I guess, if you want to get real specific. There's a Prime X570 Pro, but that's not it. It's the X570P. Yeah, it's Asus does really have a standard kind of layout, don't they? Super easy to tell what an Asus board is by just like looking at it real fast. Based on the name. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Never really thought of it. I don't usually go with there's only like a couple of good manufacturers in the field, so. Therefore, we're talking about yeah. And 6 overall. Yeah, let's see. You know, surprisingly enough, Asus Gigabyte.
Could help me.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to remember which ones there were. Okay, ready? Some stuff still connected, but hopefully we don't have to screw with that too much. Just need to lift it out just a little bit, and then I can take a photo.
I don't need to.
Because we're gonna plug more stuff than just the one thing into it. And later on, we're gonna be like, hey, where was this one? Make sure that was a good photo. It was. Okay. Hey, now I can actually see it. Alright, so you got power LED plus and minus, power switch, hard drive LED plus and minus, reset, That's a really terrible little diagram on there. Oh. Page 115. It's all terrible. I hate the front panel layout. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. I'm just like, that is just a terrible diagram. Like, how are you supposed to figure out which pins those are? Like, we want to take a look at it. Yeah, just shove your phone directly in front of the camera. That's how you do professional. That's not good at all. I don't like building PCs. I'm just not terrible at it. There is some painful parts of building a PC, which does suck, but at least I guess I'm not terrible at it either. I'm just not fantastic at it. Let's see. Manual? Manual. Yeah, let's go with the French edition. Sure. Hey, it's Vast Mango Gaming. Gone. His consent says this cluster server is going to be fun. That sounds like fun. And you did, you made it. Welcome. Page 1-15. Huh. Is that 1-15 or 1-15? Or is it 1.15? 1.11, 1.13, it only goes up to 1.13. Ah. Or 1.11. It's marked 1.15. That's okay. That's not okay. That's very strange. The page numbers are marked 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 14. Am I missing something here? Nope, definitely not missing something. I just searched for 15 in the entire document. There's no numbers in the bottom right like that. Yeah, I swear I'm looking at the same. I'm not looking at the same menu you are. What? Your page numbers are different than the ones I have.
Got it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, hey, that's a perfect diagram. Let's take a photo of that so we don't have to open the book again.
Why?
Or we could just leave the book open. That works too.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, honey. Being under 1-15 to page number of the PDF. Yeah, but for whatever reason. Oh, god damn it. I specifically looked at X570P and it brought me to the X570 Pro manual. What? X570 series BIOS manual. Fuck, I should learn to read. I really should. Reading is hard, I agree. Reading is complicated, downloading is easy. And also overrated, exactly. So yeah, I should have told you about all the different pinouts on the board before we started plugging stuff in, but you can kind of tell that there's. Sorry, I'm trying to like point, but you can tell that there's different pins missing on each of those things. So basically, if it doesn't fit, then don't force it in, is the idea. And just look at the pinout on the thing that you're plugging in to kind of match it up.
Sorry, you figured out where everything was?
I know you did. Just again, stuff like that is board destroying. I just want to avoid mistakes. I figure you know, but it's always better safe than sorry. What's that look like? Looks like a fan? It does look like a fan. 4 pins. It's generally are reserved for fans. So just remember the 2 fans in the top plug. Yeah. That way you don't have to sacrifice ports for them. These are a 4 pin, right? Yes, they are 4 pin. That would be really dumb if they weren't. Do you want to put the motherboard back for cable management, or do you want to leave it out like that?
Away.
No, I'm not. I'm asking. Or do you want to leave it like that instead?
I'm leaving it like this because it's easier for me.
Okay, fantastic. Interesting. I promise I'm only asking.
Like,
I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to help.
I looked up the wrong diagram for the wrong motherboard.
Yeah, right. Well, right-ish motherboard, wrong diagram. Just trying to be helpful.
That was
You okay?
like a weird sneeze.
Bless you. I'm stealing your adult grape juice.
You have your own.
Mm-hmm. I'm stealing yours because it's here. Delicious. Is the barefoot, right? Yeah. Very delicious. That's true. You okay? Just figuring it out. Some of those don't plug into the motherboard, by the way. That one does, but some of those connectors don't plug into the motherboard. Just for reference, so that way you're not looking for things that don't exist. Like that, for example. Yep, that goes into the power supply eventually with one of those cables. That one does go into the motherboard though. That is a 3-pin header, which does plug into a 4-pin header, by the way.
Why?
That is for the pump. And that goes into the pump header. That is C on the diagram, which is over on the yep, left, exactly. Just, I only know that because experience. That is for RGB. For your RGB fans up top. That way your AIO is synchronized, if that makes sense. And then the other two are also for the fans up top. You're not looking to plug it into the motherboard. You're looking to plug it into the fans.
What?
These and these plug into these fans because these fans are the same as these. They have two wires coming off of each of them. Remember? These fans have power, so you have to power them somehow and control them. And then they also have RGB. Cable management will right back, end up there. I told you these fans don't plug into that header, but you ignored me like 4 times. I kept telling you, I actually do know what I'm doing. I don't know why you ignored me. The other ones. The other ones that you just dropped. Yeah. Those, yes. Basically, this means that you can control everything with the AIO itself. Because the AIO is going to plug into a USB slot down here. Remember? I know, the AIOs are a little bit weird, but that's how they work. This consent says, real question time. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
She says yes. I say yes, I suppose technically it is. He also says make them fit. You could. Things would slightly break though.
Okay.
And CLCs are silly. So those are for the RGB. Remember these fans had 2 things they went off of them. One was the RGB and it went into the controller. Same thing with these, except this is the controller. And these are the RGB fans.
Wait.
So these top 2 fans entirely plug into this. Does that make sense?
No, because how? They're already plugged in.
Yes. But these have 2 more cables for the RGB. These are just power and PWM. PWM meaning the speed.
So they don't get.
No, they do not get plugged into the controller. They get plugged into this instead.
Yes.
You're okay. AIOs are weird. I say CLC because AIO is kind of ambiguous.
Why does it say to RGB hub then?
Because these are generic fans and they all say the same thing. But this is the RGB hub for these 2 fans. I also like to pick silly hills to die on. Yeah, CLC is a little bit weird. It's much easier to say AIO because everyone understands AIO, but it is kind of ambiguous, I agree. A CLC has a little circuit board in it and functions as a fan controller, yes. The CLC is the AIO there.
Okay.
So the CLC has a circuit board that's similar to the RGB controller there, and it controls just these 2 fans.
Okay.
Same with that, that's power. That's a SATA connector specifically, or SATA power connector. This particular thing.
Where does this get plugged into?
The power supply.
Okay.
You're good.
This is why
I know, it is confusing.
I like
I understand.
freaking Apple.
So that's the USB header that gets plugged into the USB.
know.
Yep. Now, unfortunately, you have one too few USB headers. I think. They're not all plugged in. I do want to bet.
Which one's not?
That one. Remember this micro USB connector that plugs into the USB slot
I hate you.
and plugs into that? That's your AIO. That's how you control it. Let me just double check that you don't have a mysterious third or USB header hiding out somewhere. Just to make sure I'm wrong. Because I thought I was right earlier that you did have enough, but I might be slightly wrong. Nope, you only have 2 USB 2.0 connectors. So until you do the same thing as me and get a USB splitter, then you'll have to choose.
You fucking kidding me?
It's okay. Basically, one of these goes to your front panel, and you don't have to have USB 2.0 in your front panel. You have USB 3.0 instead.
I don't know which one's USB 3 or USB 2.
The green ones are.
They're both green.
They are both.
Yes.
Where does this one go to?
This goes to this guy,
Which guy? Oh, the RGB controller?
and this goes to. This one goes to the one up here,
Okay, yeah.
or the two up here.
Yeah, so disconnect that, and basically you won't have USB 2.0. That's okay. It's fine. I promise. And then we will get you a USB splitter board, essentially, that turns that one hub into two. I know, that's okay.
I'm supposed to agree.
Oh, Discontent says the CLC or AIO has a pump assembly on the CLC. Corsair likes their digital control. They really do. But yes, the pump is more important than your front I/O. And trust me, those little circuit boards are super cheap. You'll be fine.
It's not supposed to agree with me.
Huh?
You weren't supposed to agree that I have issues.
Oh. I disagree. That help? I think it plugs into the bottom, doesn't it? Or is it going to the side?
Alex,
I don't know where it plugs. Oh,
I know
it is
where
the
it
side.
plugs into, but I am trying to make it so it's a little bit nicer in here because this is turning into a gigantic clusterfuck and I'm getting
Hey.
frustrated.
Chelsea. There's cable management hole up here and over here.
I know. I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out how to get to it because I'm a very angry person
Okay.
and I'm a perfectionist.
You're okay.
And this is why I like Apple because Apple doesn't do shit like this.
So the way that we did it in my PC, if you remember correctly, was
no.
we used the cable management holes down there and then up there.
I don't know how we did it. I'm just griping
I know you are. I know you are.
because this is stupid. Apple is better because I don't have to deal with this shit.
Well, no, but
You
that's kind of
talked
part of the
about
fun.
Oh, this is not fun.
Yeah, you're building your own PC.
This is the opposite of fun.
Some of it is.
This is.
I have to agree, sometimes it's less fun. But this is part of it.
I think I had to kind of rest it now.
Okay. Really trying hard not to like bang this up against the
This
bits
is
there,
why
but
I like Apple because Apple says, here is a thing that we are going to give you. Enjoy. And I say, thank you, Apple. You make my life easier.
they
and
do
they
make your life
say,
easier, but
You're welcome. Now give us $10,000.
Exactly. Discontent says Apple doesn't let you do anything. One size fits all.
Yep.
Fast Mango says just cut out a USB hole. With this case, if you need to cut new holes, you're doing it wrong.
Okay. Now what?
To be fair, when I first put together this case, I was like, fuck it, it's all plugged in, I don't care. And then eventually I went back and redid the cable management to be not shit.
Which is why I'm doing this the first time.
Yeah, if you do it right the first time, it does save you time. But also, you know, it's not quite as fun.
What is this? Why is this here? What is this?
Hey, she's learning cable management.
What the hell does this go to? This is
Oh,
that
that was
thingy
the-
that we couldn't figure it out. What is this?
That's USB-C on the front. So that is a specific header for USB-C, which you don't have on this board. However, we can use one of these PCIe slots and add a thing for that. So that's okay. Or at least I believe we can. I don't see a reason that we wouldn't be able to. As Mango says, I want a grilled cheese. I'm out of bread. Or you could make your own bread. It's actually really easy to do. Like, surprisingly easy to make your own, like, white bread.
I have another idea for a series on your channel.
What's that?
Angel tries to build things. Watch her rage.
So it is a little bit ragey, isn't it?
Hey, where does this go to? What oh, that goes to the
This guy says, speaking of bread, J. Kenzie Lopez alt. I agree. Yep.
Okay, what else gets plugged into this fuckery over here?
Well,
Give me a bet.
hopefully that's about it, except for your SATA for your SSDs.
Fuck!
I'm just thinking, like, what else does need to get plugged in? Aside from power, that's it. Your SATA for your SSDs. Oops. I'll grab it.
I don't know what fell.
It was power. He says, oh, almost unplugging himself twice.
What's this? What the hell are you?
That is a 3-pin to 3-pin. That's basically an extension. Maybe a converter slit.
What are you? I don't know what half of the shit is.
What
I need
are-
more wine.
Or which one?
That one.
These are SATA data connectors.
That tells me nothing.
SATA is the standard. These guys and these guys, the standard that plugs into your SSDs. And same with these. This is SATA power, and this is SATA data. SATA data. That's the standard that powers your SSDs essentially. And these are the data headers that these plug into. Best pizza dough recipe on J. Kenzie Lopez Alt's site, I assume, or book. I'll have to take a look. Echo says I want cheese toast.
Random.
Well, they were talking about wanting bread. And Echo says he wants cheese toast.
We need a competition of just Angel cussing. Why didn't you read that?
I was getting to it. We need a compilation of Angel's cursing.
Fuck, man. You need a...
Disco says, so since you say everything I have, can I make you sing? No. No. No.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the fucking water spout, down came the rain, and washed the itsy bitsy spider out, and then it died.
We're skipping the sun part.
No, the sun does not come out.
I also like how it's entirely disco. Almost entirely disco. There is some echo in there too.
Okay, can you stop now and, like, help me?
And best makeup.
What?
Okay. So I would plug in your SATA data
Okay.
connectors first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of weird random cable slash standard, so.
I need cutty thingies. There's the scissors.
Or at least you won't need it until one day you realize you will because you're dealing with some weird tech or something. Not in this case, but in another one. No, don't help, not allowed. I'm kind of just...
No, tell him to go away because he keeps trying to try me. Ugh! You're making me frustrated.
But I love you.
Like,
Okay. It doesn't matter which way it goes.
it says SATA on it.
I know, but it doesn't matter which way it plugs in. These are universal. So you can plug it in whatever way you feel like.
Why the hell?
Do you want another right angle connector? I have
Yes.
another right angle connector you can have.
Give
Yes.
me, please.
Okay.
I said,
Let me go to the drawer of wonders and grab my drawer of cables and grab one.
like, why the hell would you include one right angle connector and then one
Actually, I'm
whatever the hell this is?
100% sure on this.
Like, why would anybody can do that? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, either do one, like, two right angle connectors or two of these things, not one or the other. It makes no sense. Shut up! I'm going on a rant. No respect.
Just realized we have no lights in the living room because we stole them all and put them in here. Here you go, right angle connector.
Thank you. At least I said please.
You're fine.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. And they don't match.
No, but I know. I don't have any that match. I just have ones that work.
That's no excuse.
Speaking of which, I'm putting this in my pile.
Enjoy. Like, they need to match. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it does matter, but they need to match.
Oh yes, the bots are right, by the way. I now have a Discord. You can join it using the link in the top right of your screen, or using the links in the chat, or the description below. Your choice.
If you join the Discord, you can watch me cuss out Egg.
Yeah, that too. Disco says, so, oh.
What? You're gonna comment about the 15-minute rant that I just went on about the different, like...
It's like a minute. Oh, Disco says, plug in your 8-pin EPS CPU power in now before you remount the board. That's actually, yes, I didn't think about that. Before we remount the board, plug in the CPU connector. I'll show you which one that is and where it is. He's absolutely correct, and I didn't actually think about it. Thank you for saving us a little, like an extra 10 minutes. Just some things I, like, forget how painful they are.
Okay, now what?
Alright. This is the CPU power. These up here.
Okay.
We want to plug these in first because once we remount this board, they are going to be near impossible to get to. So the question is...
I want these ones.
Where's... Well, these are...
Phew!
Bless you.
Ow, that hurt my head.
These are Molex. That's an ancient... Oop, sorry about that. That's one of them ancient technologies that we don't
Bye.
use anymore. Okay. Also, Samsung NVMe. Yes, exactly. This is a 970 Evo Plus.
She's thick.
Yeah, this is the one tier motherboard. That's the thick boy.
Why is it so thick? Why are you laughing at me?
That's why it's thick.
Fine.
You're fine.
Just gonna plug it in.
No, not yet. Plug it in later, because that's a big old fat connector that will press on that board quite a lot, and you don't want it to snap in half. Oh, there's. I was like, where's the CPU? There it is. Tons of PCIe. That's awesome.
It's a PCU.
And here's the CPU again.
Why do I need two?
You need 3 apparently,
Why?
or 3 of those. Take a look at the pinout up here. What? Where? Why do you, like? Usually you only use 1. Why are there so many up there?
Where does the PC?
What's going on with
where
that?
does the PC get plugged into?
PC?
PSU.
Oh, PSU, power supply unit.
Okay. Wait, no. This is 8. This isn't. This is 8. I only have 6 up there.
You can leave 1 hanging. But I'm wondering why there is 6, because usually
That's
there's
not
only 2.
cute.
I know. Alright, 1. Huh. ATX power connectors, 24-pin EATX power, 8-pin EATX, 12-volt, 4-pin EATX, 12-volt. Page 1-17. Right here. A. EATX 12 volt 2, EATX 12 volt. Huh. There's a lot of fucking power things in there. That is so strange. I wonder why. Huh, I'm sorry.
Why? Why need so many?
I don't know, that's what I was saying. That's really strange. Usually boards only have 2, but this one has 3. I don't know why. There's a reason for it, I just don't know what it is. Can I take a look?
No.
Oh, one cable to one slot type, by the way.
Okay, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to fit this in. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
So you
Like,
have,
that
I'm trying to move it over for that camera. So you have 2 slots and then 1 slot. And these are the same connector types. So
you try and fit it.
in this case, basically you want this one to slot into this one up top, like that. And then the one right next to it as well.
That's what I just did.
And then you want that one, just one of those, to slot into that. Does that make sense?
No sense whatsoever. That is stupid.
I'm not sure why this particular board needs so many. But there is a reason, I'm sure. Well, there obviously is a reason. I just don't know what it is.
I swear to God, if we turn this on and it doesn't work, I'm gonna rage.
It might not work immediately. I can tell you for a fact that it's not going to, just looking at it right now.
Why?
Well, one, it's in pieces.
You know what?
Ow. Slightly indistinct.
You are a dick.
This guy said it says power delivery, that's why. Yeah, exactly, power delivery. I don't know why, it just is that way. Mine only has 2. I don't know why yours has 3.
Better be a fucking beast, or else I am going to rage so hard.
This will be the fastest computer you have ever touched.
I touched it.
Alright, this will be the fastest computer you've ever owned, by a very long shot.
I've owned yours.
They don't, I own mine.
Okay.
Oh, the 3950X goes up to 130. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the 3950X. That makes more sense. The 3700X doesn't use that much. God. Hey, it hurt.
Really, it wasn't supposed to tickle. Now get out of my face.
Okay. Hey, you wanted me here.
Yeah, to do that.
Oh, okay. I see. Probably go up to 200 watt OC. Yeah, that does explain it. I was thinking like 3750 or the 3700X doesn't take up that much power. What's going on? Yeah, right. The AM4 socket takes more than just the 3700X.
Is there anything else that I need to plug into this thing besides the big honker fucker? Besides this stupid thing? Am I
Yeah,
confused?
there's still gonna be a couple of things, but they're either in the board or on somewhere, so don't worry about that too much. That was the pain in the ass one that's going to bite you if you don't do it now. Echo says you remount the border with your own money. Huh. Okay. No idea what the 4950X will do. I'm kind of curious about that too, actually. And people like to overbuild power delivery because MAR overclocking. That's fair. I think we probably could have gotten away with just one of those cables in there, but it's safer to have 2, and it allows you to do more with it later on. So it's kind of future-proofing a bit, and also it may not have powered on without 2, just because board manufacturers are a bit weird.
Better sleep with one eye open tonight.
Rumor has it, 32C Millen Epic at 3.9 gigahertz? Fuck me. All cores is 220 watts. Total package power. That is a lot of heat dissipation. You're gonna need like 340mm fans and a giant rad for that. 240. F752, which is Rome 16 core part at 3.9 is like 240. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of heat dissipation for that tiny little CPU. That's like half of your cooling is dedicated to the CPU at that point. So if you need that power, tiny. Socket SP3. Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah. Obviously, I'm thinking about like the Epic processors and shit too. Those things are massive. I'm sure you'll find them later. As long as it stays in, it's fine. It's in, right? Yeah, it's in. It's just one of those things, you'll basically like look at it, and every time you do, you'll think I'm missing a couple of screws, and it'll bug you
every
until...
time I look at it, I'm gonna go, you better have been worth the pain in the ass that you caused me.
Oh, it's worth it. Those are faulted numbers. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, still, like, that... The fact that it could draw 240 goddamn watts just by itself, that's not even like... I mean, obviously, I don't think you're going to be running a gaming rig on that. That's probably not a processor for a gaming rig. Yeah, it's insane.
Okay. It's very rude not to say I love you back when I say it.
Oh,
Just saying.
I love you.
I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to them.
Okay. 220 watts for that is insane. It really is. It's less than 7 watts per core. Huh. I mean, yeah, if you break it down per core, that makes sense. It's just like, it's still a lot of power. You wouldn't use that for a gaming rig. You would be using that for a server. With the IO sucking up a ton of power, yeah. IO die on Pinnacle Ridge is like 45 watts of power. Shoot.
Hey, you.
Uh-huh.
Hold this.
You say this, I just wasn't sure what this is. Meanwhile, 10900K is 35 watts per core without IO die. Ouch! I wonder if that's part of the 7 nanometer technology, or I guess it's 4 nanometer technology now, or if it's just simply how AMD does their chips. It's different. I mean, I know AMD saves a ton of room by not including onboard video graphics.
You forgot something.
What I forgot? Oh, sorry. So I own PR, a separate die, it was integrated, yeah. TSMC 7 nanometer is about equal to Intel 10 nanometer, okay. And this is where we get to the point where I don't actually know these terms. It's all DUV, TSMC, 7 nanometer plus uses DUV on 4 layers. I'm not sure, unfortunately, how processors are laid out, how they're actually, how the silicon is created. So I'm not familiar with the technologies that are involved in that, unfortunately. One day I'll learn. It's just one day when I don't have so much goddamn homework, I'll learn. What I do know is that AMD was boasting about the fact that they do, or at least in their advertisements, that they do save a bunch of room on their dies by not including integrated graphics.
Do I need to plug anything else into those hard drives?
Yep, the SATA power, but that's for the power supply. Otherwise, no.
What do I need to plug into here? Like, hand me the thing.
SATA power for the power supply. Which will
Hand
be...
me the thing.
I know, right? Which will be something? Oh, is it? I only saw... I only saw Molex in here, but let's take a look. Oh, yep, there's SATA. Alright. It's not just Molex. DUV refers to how you make the chip. Okay. There you go. SATA. Bunch of SATA, basically. And more SATA. And the rest is Molex. I mean, fuck Molex.
What am I plugging into here?
These and this.
I'm plugging both of these into here? Both of these?
Not just as many as you need, which is 4. You need 2 for these 2, and then 2 for the ones that were on the board previously.
What?
These. Need 4 of those. Okay, DUV UV refers to how you make the chips. EUV is nuts. It's mirrors in super pure tin that gets shot with photons.
Hey,
Holy fuck. Yeah.
okay. What gets plugged into what?
Alright. So these 2 get plugged into these 2, and
Okay,
then these 2.
pause.
Okay. It's okay, I know it's confusing.
No, you're going fast. You're not explaining it correct. You're not explaining it in layman's terms. You're explaining it like I'm supposed to know what you mean.
Gotcha, okay. So those are power for your...
I don't care what they are. I just need to know what they get plugged into.
Okay. Well, that's pretty... Yeah, it's pretty simple. Square peg, square hole. If it doesn't fit, then it's not meant to go there. Also, yes, don't forget, I do have a Discord if you'd like to join, and the link is in the top right of the stream, or
Okay.
it's in the description below, or it's in chat.
Now, what else? Where does this get plugged into?
Okay, so these 2 get plugged into the 2 SATA power connectors in the front that were up there that I told you.
The fuck are you supposed to reach those?
You usually route them into the back.
Where do they get plugged into?
So remember the SATA connector that was like attached to that?
No.
And you routed it back here, it looks like. Trying to remember where that was. Looks like, yeah, you routed it over to the back. So it's back there somewhere. Nope. The ones that look like this. It'll
There
be long and
There
thin.
is nothing that looks like this. The only thing that looks like this is this. Even then, this doesn't even look like it.
No, these. And yes, that is it. And there was another one up there, I think?
No, that wasn't.
There wasn't? Okay.
No.
It was just the same one I was counting twice. So, alright, there you go. And then finally, that one gets plugged into the power supply. That really is square peg, square hole. Just find one that matches, because one of those is square and the rest are round. If you want to look at the top of it, it should be printed on the side where you plug that into as well. That really helps. Oh, YouTube link. YouTube link says... Oh, holy shit, that's crazy. Okay, well, yeah, that's insane. That's how your CPU gets printed. Your CPU? AMD or Intel? I know someone who works for ASML. That's awesome. Yeah, that's... Holy shit. Oh, Zen 3 will be using that for its printing process. Okay. That's fair. It's sometimes it's easier just to unplug it. You really can square peg, square hole it. If it doesn't slide in, it's not meant to go in. There you go.
What else gets plugged in?
Motherboard power. This is... Just double check.
Does this get plugged into something?
Yes, the other SATA connector. SATA power connector. I thought there was 2 of them. There you go, perfect amount. And if you need more later, you can always grab another one.
Where does that get plugged into?
This gets plugged into the PSU, again, square peg, square hole, and it gets plugged into the motherboard right along. So that video is EUV stuff. TSMC 5nm and 7nm plus use EUV. Ah. Yeah, that does look insane. technology. So I wonder if 7 nanometer is like, what would happen
What else
if
did this plugged into here?
Intel switched over to 7 nanometer? Let's see, I think that's it. Let me just double check real fast, just to make sure. Kind of mentally double checking, but it's hard to see without the board. So yeah, best guess, what do you think could happen if Intel actually used 7 nanometer in their chips? Would anything actually change? Oh, yes. There's gonna be 2 more that come in, or one more that comes in. Because your graphics card, giant fuck off graphics card here, uses these 2. I think that's gonna be 1 connector. Ow, that was my foot. Mine uses 2. Okay, so you're gonna have to use these 2, and then they will plug into the card and into the PSU. And they that one looks like it's labeled for PSU and PCIe on the other side. There should be a yeah. Oh wait, you only need 1. Cool. Because that will plug into the card. That's. Hang on. What about the other side? I think the other side has PSU on it. It says PSU.
Yeah.
Plug that into the PSU. Let's see. Monolithic design plus low yields are Intel's problem. Yeah. Echo says discounted Zen 3 using Twitch. Disconsented Zen 3 will be using that to translate all the anime and manga into English soon. Okay. Thanks, Echo. Intel plus 7 nanometer would be amazing. Their new core design is great. Like plus 20% IPC, which is slightly behind Zen 3 on paper, but without 14 nanometer clocks. Yeah, that would actually be really cool. I just have to wonder if Intel would, like, if they would fully take advantage of it. I would plug that in first.
I think I'm doing.
No, to the board. It's just easier. Surprisingly enough, you're almost done. No, I mean, like, I'm impressed by the amount of stuff that got done. I was thinking that this would take 3 days. Oh, looks like it'll take 2. That's awesome. Oh, they would. Okay. So, working theory is that Intel will definitely take advantage of 7 nanometer. Or if they had the chance, they would. The question is, I mean, 7 nanometer is out there. The question is, why aren't they? You're not gonna fix a GPU sag like that. You'll just break the board. Yep, exactly. I think you can do that angling. I think. Not quite. That won't fit there. The other one. No, the other one. The bigger one.
Fucking stupid. Like, it doesn't even fucking reach.
Try swapping them. Put that one in the other slot and then that one in the first slot.
but they do it like this. I heard you the first time.
Okay. You got this. Nanometer between foundries means little. It needs to be working enough to be viable. Yeah. I'm wondering if Intel is just going with a minimum viable product for now, just to make sure that they have products to sell for next gen, essentially. It seems like AMD kind of sleeps for a while and then comes out with a game-changing processor and then sleeps for a while again and then does it again. They just like stay afloat, and then every so often they'll come out with like a game changer and then they'll sleep again for a while. And then Intel is just like this constant thing that chugs along, and if it doesn't click, it's not in. Or if that doesn't...
It clicked.
Okay. I just don't want it... If it loses power, it loses power. See, so that's no bueno.
It clicked.
Yeah, it seems like Intel is just this constant kind of powerhouse-ish, where it's just generally each generation is better than the next, but it's not much better. And then AMD comes out, when they do come out with a new chip that's game-changing, they just crush Intel. Their 10 nanometer is just MVP now, yeah. They can't scale up above 4 cores. AMD teams have to switch to different projects, which is why everyone is out of order. Oh, that makes more sense. Is that all plugged in? It is actually all plugged in. Kind of? Oh. Oh, the back is a little disaster. That's okay.
Shut up.
It's fine. This is part of PC build.
Yeah, and
I know. What are these hanging?
Stop
it's okay.
touching.
You're fine. I'm just... Oh, okay. Those are actual fans. They'll need to get plugged into the fan headers.
I know.
Yeah. I know you do. It's okay. Don't get frustrated, really.
I am frustrated.
I know you are.
This is stupid. Why would anybody want to do this?
Because the reward at the end is that you get to power up your PC and know that you built it from scratch. Notice how we only just got one Rainier APU plus Epic TR and a second wave AM4 and semi-custom for parties and R&D for next gen. Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably going to be like AMD is going to slowly get outclassed again over time, and then they'll come back in like another 4 or 5 years and say, hey, we have a new game-changing CPU again. I will always be an AMD fanboy, almost solely because everything that they make is backwards compatible. So no matter what chip you have, as long as it's the same socket, it'll work. And with Intel's chips, it's always a new socket every single chip. So you always have to upgrade your motherboard, and then you have to upgrade your RAM in most cases, and it's a giant pain in the ass. Whereas with AMD, it's usually just like, hey, a new chip came out and it fits my socket, great. I just literally plop it in there and I'm done. So I'm kind of an AMD fanboy, pretty much solely because of the backwards compatibility that they have. However, if you're looking for gaming CPUs or gaming rigs, then going Intel is not a bad thing, at least at the moment. It seems like it seems likely that AMD is going to go back to sleep here pretty in the next year or two, and we'll just be outclassed eventually again. Fan header.
No.
Or no,
USB.
USB.
Plug it in.
Okay. Which means I'm gonna have to unplug one thing, but that's okay.
No, you're not. You shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't have to. Should be one already unplugged. It is. And it's
Oh, there's two right here. So one goes to the IO. Where does the other one go?
Why? Why the fuck would anybody do that? That is so stupid.
What's that?
I fucking hate this.
It's okay.
No,
Where,
it's not, Alex.
where does the other one go?
I don't know.
Okay, just tug on it. Here, let me tug on it. Sorry. Let me tug on it a little bit, and then you can find out where it goes in the back. That's audio.
I know that.
Okay. AMD doesn't have the resources to do everything, but being unbound to fabs makes a big difference. Zen 3 is being announced in October 8th, 2020. I know Zen 3 is being announced. I'm just wondering if like AMD is gonna go back to sleep after Zen 3. What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, here I can tug on it for you.
I can't see it. Stop.
You're fine. I'm just looking.
Just unplug both of them.
Hang on a bit. Okay. So it goes back there.
This one, I think, goes to
Ooh.
the power
Oh.
thing for the lights and for the case.
Actually, no.
What?
You plugged one USB into the other, it looks like.
What?
That's what it looks like. I'll follow that. Just make sure that I'm not crazy.
That goes into the control thing for the lights for the case.
Oh, okay. Right, I forgot you had a light thing for the case. Oh, that
Unplug
makes
this
more
one.
sense.
Unplug this one.
That one is audio. That won't matter. That's not USB.
What about this one?
That one is USB.
Okay.
That one goes to your AIO update.
No,
Okay.
no. Goes to-
That's okay. Basically, you just won't have lights. At least until
I'm done.
next
We're
week.
done. Thanks. Have a good night.
Hang on.
Nope, I'm done.
Hang on, you're almost done.
Nope.
I'll plug it back in for you. Huh. So, probably not. Rocket Lake should be late 2021. And rip. Slightly rip. Oh, let me see if I can fix this. At least figure it out. Where is there not another USB in there? There's 2 USB ports. What's that third one? Huh. It looks a lot like a USB port, but it is not. It's like flipped. It's flipped, yes. I'm trying to like find references to it in. Oh, here it is. It's COM 15. Serial port connector. Oh, okay. So that's for serial port. And then 16 is your, yeah, front panel audio. It's fine. I did not have an SBDIF out. That's cool. Alright, so you got USB 3. So it's USB 3, another USB 3. Oh, your TPM is in like the middle of the board. That's so weird. And then, yeah, sadly I'm not seeing another USB yet. Okay, not the end of the world. So prioritizing, the AIO needs USB, absolutely. Yes. The AIO needs USB. You just need to be able to control that AIO. The fans plug into the fan headers, so that's fine. You can at least control them. They don't necessarily need lights. And finally, she already had the Razer case lights plugged in earlier, so she's at least used to seeing those. So I would say that the preference here would be the AIO and the case. And then the Corsair doesn't get plugged into USB yet. Until we get a USB splitter. So okay, this goes into the case, that one goes into the AIO. Those two are fine. And then, yeah, the Corsair, she can... Basically, she's gonna go without the 3 bottom ones lighting up for now. Until I literally just place an order on Amazon for a USB port extender thing that I have in my case that works perfectly fine. And then we plug that in, and then she'll have lights on the bottom 3 Corsair fans. So at least she'll have lights on these, and then lights in the case, and that should help a lot. And then these will light up later, so that should be fine. NZXT thing here, no, it's a cheap generic Chinese thing, and it works perfectly fine. Really does. I just bought one for my PC too, and it does work perfectly fine. It's the title of it is 9-pin USB header male 1-2 female extension splitter cable connector adapter male 1-2 female. It's $8 and it's made of the finest Chinesium, and it works perfectly fine. It's the brand is T-Good. And yeah, it works perfectly fine. And you don't even see it. It's absolutely tiny. It is a blue board, unfortunately, but it really is absolutely tiny. I mean, you could go the more expensive route and get something like, get one from like a reputable brand, which is fine. But the thing I chose is the cheap Chinesium one, and it does work perfectly fine. At least all the way until it doesn't one day. I'm sure it will break, and then I will be very confused. But I plugged things into it that weren't very important, like the front 2 lights and then the front I/O, so that's fine. So let me see if I can pull her back in. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so it looks like she would like to finish it as soon as the USB splitter header gets here. So I will go and grab that, and then we will put that in, and then we will have one extra USB port available. And that should be okay, I think. Right? Yeah, so I have one extra USB port available for that. I'm wondering if I should get, actually. Was there a thing for Tufa? I remember this needing to be plugged in, but I also remember the front I/O needed to be plugged in. I thought these were going to the USB 3. They are. No, it's not. Where's this going? Oh, this is going to... Okay, so yeah, this is the USB-C, and this can't be plugged in. That's fine. And then these two ribbons are going to this USB 3. So this front panel I/O does work perfectly fine. This is all USB 3 and USB-C, except for the USB-C is not available here. That's okay. We'll fix that at some point, and then, yeah. It looks like literally the only thing we're missing is just this cable here for the USB 2.0 for the RGB. Discontent says, so does it boot? The answer is no, not yet. And she would like to not turn it on until it's completely done. And that's fair. It's her PC, and she can do whatever she wants with it. And yes, there is a cat tax. The cat meowed, but the cat ran away, unfortunately, so there will be no cat tax paid today. I'll have to let that interest grow. Just do a sneaky boot, save yourself some frustration. No, I will let her make the mistakes. That's okay. She will learn. No cat, I know. Echo says, I heard a Cato report that a bunch of people in the US is now starting to use Huawei equipment. I'm wondering if this is a result. The cat tax? No, the cat tax, Echo, the cat tax is a result of cats. Not Cato, and not Huawei, cats. Cats, Echo, cats. But yeah, we will do a part 3 of this, and we shall finish this in part 3 as soon as the new stuff gets here, essentially. Speaking of Hawaii, they make solid CP. I did not know that. Huh. I didn't even know they made any. That's interesting. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and finish this up in the next stream. So we'll move this over slightly so that way you can actually hear me. Hey, you can hear me. It's beautiful. It's almost like talking into a microphone specifically for short range is beneficial when you talk into it in short range. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and save this for the next stream, which will be in a day or two whenever this arrives, and hopefully then we'll be done and we'll be able to boot it up and call it a day. Well, I say call it a day. We'll be able to boot it up and then actually play on it. But yeah, see you later, Dis, and see you everyone. Have a fantastic day, a fantastic rest of your evening, and we shall see you again next time.